Morning all, how is everyone? I figured I'd finally give this vlogging thing an actual go. I did do a few test runs. So the reason the bike is on is we bought some of this and we've sprayed a few bits and bobs. There's a lot to talk about in this video, so do bear with me. There will be whiffling, there will be waffling, I'll get distracted by things, you know how I do. So the way that paint works is it bakes onto the bike with heat. So this used to be silver, but I bought a heat gun and we've used the heat gun to dry it. The exhaust is obviously hot anyway, so you don't have to mess around with that. It looks good so far. I'm really happy with it. This was silver as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I appreciate this is like the wrong time of year to spray things because it's like cold and damp. But I'm happy with it. It looks a lot tidier. Sadly, this piece didn't make it, so we've had to replace that. But yeah, no, I think it looks good. So the first thing is, these are my new heated gloves, and I've been dying to test these. So I've got an excuse to get out on the bike, really. No one needs to know it's an excuse. Oh, punch myself in the face. We're gonna have to put a derp count up on the fucking videos as well, I think. But yeah, the biggest reason I wanted to get out was to test these gloves by RST. I think they're called like the Paragon 6. Don't quote me on that, I don't remember. I looked at so many different freaking gloves. This is the cyclist that I end up behind every time I go out. Look at that sun, that's fucking beautiful. Hello sun. The mission today is we are looking for a dentist. We're trying to find one that's close, affordable. By affordable, I mean, like, you know, the same price as what we were getting 2 years ago, but we'll get to that. Parking in the front room, and obviously like easy to get to. So yeah, we're trying to look for a convenient dentist. So it's a bit, since moving out to the country, you really do have to like either go into the city or go to the nearest town, which is like 10 miles away. But it's the, oh look, buzzard! Nice! I mean, if we really want to know what it's like, the only thing to do is go and have a look. Alright, I'll do it, if you insist. I guess I'll have to go on the bike. So we're using this as an excuse to, 1, try the paint on the bike, 2, test these gloves, and most importantly, just get on the fucking bike. I haven't been out for like a little social for a while. I say social, I'm out on my own with all my friends. So what are we testing? We're drying paint, testing the GoPro, testing the gloves, looking for dentist. See, on low setting they're actually just right. For those who don't ride, there is no greater pain than riding a motorcycle in the winter months. There really isn't. I remember when me and my dad went for a ride once when we were on we only had little bikes at the time. We only had 125s, and me and my dad used to go riding just little local bimbles really. And we went to like a market in we went to Northfield Market, which is basically an airstrip, and they have a market. I think it's on a Saturday. But yeah, Dad's like, do you want to go for a ride, son? I'm like, yes Dad. So we did. And we must have done about 10 miles and we had to stop because we were both in agony. Our hands were red raw. Like, you know when you get to that level of freezing where it burns like that. And it was kind of like, what do we do now? Because we're halfway there. Do we keep going or do we turn around? And because me and my dad politely are fucking stupid, we carried on. And we were in so much pain. The first thing we did was get a tea and a hot dog. Shout out Toby. When we used to, because me and my dad ride all year round, when we used to work during Christmas time and we used to come home, my mum used to have like a hot towel waiting for us just to put on her hands. Because obviously if you put your hands under hot water, it fucking hurts. If you put it under cold water, it fucking hurts. So mum used to tumble dry a few towels for us when we got home, and then that would warm us up. But yeah, it was a good ride. Look, that's how cold it is. Fucking things to rant about. I feel like these videos are going to have a rant section, because I know I've always had it, like whenever I go off on tangent and I have a little rant, people seem to laugh, and I get told, "Oh, Paolo, you're so funny." I'm not joking. Like half the time when I'm ranting or I go off on one, it's like the first thing is the weather, right? I'm gonna fucking shout at the weather, and I'll tell you why. You know, you ask your smart speaker or whatever, or you look it up, and it tells you expect showers. Showers? Where are you, showers? I'm expecting you. It's fucking sunny as hell. It's like genuine riding weather, and it winds me the hell up. I mean, I know you can't predict the weather and stuff like that, but why do we have the weather then? What's the point in having weather? Like, not weather as in like the actual physical weather. So we watch the weather, we look the weather up and all this other stuff, but it's always wrong. It's always wrong. It's pissing down. It's currently pissing down. Oh shit. What's the point in having the resources to check weather if it's always going to be bloody wrong? Like, I like to plan my day, and I am just whinging and I am just being a little bitch about it. I am totally aware. But yeah, it just winds me up. It does. I just like to know what I can do and what I can't do. I can hear you all. Take an umbrella. No, I'm not taking an. How can I fucking... Or stay at home. Like, well, yeah, I get that, but at the same time, I want to be able to plan that in advance. Am I going to have a lazy day and play video games, or am I going to go riding and have a good time? I don't know who just said that, but I heard that too. Just look outside. Shut up. So what we want to do is come up with like little sections for these little videos, I think, to give me a bit of direction. So we can have like little music sections where it's just heavy plant, trees crossing, watch out. Oh shit. Anyway, sorry. Be interesting for you guys watching is you actually see, so bits like this where I'm actually doing the vlogging thing, but you'll actually see me break where I'm just doing genuine, like, this is what I do on my ride, like the whole fucking plant crossing. Some of this shit happens, like, even if you're not recording it, some, like, oh, plant crossing, oh, look, like, yeah, most of us are idiots. Slow you, alright, okay, fucking hell, slow me down, put a fucking, that'll do it. Tank will slow you down. I will actually go here, I'm gonna stop here so you guys can see my favourite beach, and I'll tell you why it's my favourite beach when we get there. It's gonna look weird for people because I am just literally just gonna keep my helmet on as I go there. There's people. Oh, that was the other thing. Want to get waves. So, plans for the vlogging. So, rant sections, music sections, little reviewy bits, and we're gonna try and get a wave. We want to try and get away from people. Oh god, I shouldn't have gone on these. We'll go right over here. Ooh, fucking hell, fucking hell. Oh, this was a mistake. Guys, you ain't gonna believe this, but the bike is stuck. The bike is actually stuck. Oh shit. Oh, this is a big derp. You know when the stones just start getting deeper and deeper and deeper? That's what's happened. Yeah, we can get out of there. Fuck it. Even if I have to fucking dig. Yeah, why not? I got to about that point where I was like, I shouldn't be going up here. That's a good idea.
Hey, ready, buddy. You know.
Just. Oh shit. I should be alright from there actually.
So you can come round forwards.
I'll get out of here, don't worry, I'm a pro at fucking up. Thank you. Oh dear.
I think you need a push brake. You leave it there.
Nah, Thomas can come pick it up.
I think you need a push brake if you want to get out of this stone, because I think you really struggle. Just straight back, yeah. No, thank you. I mean, meant to take to make rides go back. Yeah. Keep her rolling, keep her rolling. don't you say anything.
So to give you a bit of a reenactment of what just happened, where's my trail? So I got to about this point. I was like, oh God. I was like, I shouldn't be on this. This is where I said I shouldn't be on this. And I kept going. I kept going. Still kept going. And this is where I ended up. I was stuck here. Oh, you can't write it, can you? All I wanted to do was bring you guys here to the beach, show you one of my favourite places, complain about a bin, which I'll get to in a minute, and then the entire Norfolk coast has to push me out of a rubble beach. But look how calm and quiet it is. I fucking love where I live. So, where's the sign? There's a sign somewhere. Well, there used to be a sign right next to this bin. It used to say, and the bin's gone as well, so they've got rid of it. But before, when I first came here, there was a bin. There was a sign that said no barbecues, and then right next to the sign there was a bin for barbecues. So, barbecue yes or barbecue no? I'm exhausted now, damn. Right, onward. Well, it's not unbelievable, it's me. It wouldn't be a Pabby video without a bit of a derp. I fucking love this bike. I'm so used to that kind of shit happening. That I'm just so blasé about it. Like before, I used to get like embarrassed and stuff. But like, what else? There was a swan. There was the swan. Nearly got landed on by a swan. Oh, I've got some stories for you. Let's get on the road, and I'll tell you some stupid Pabby moments on the bike. Wow. Okay. Punch myself in there. Alright, okay, so 2 bad things about this glove is, one, you have to like have your hand on for ages, but like, you know, you just put them on before you leave. But 2, I also can't seem to put them on without punching myself in the face. Imagine if those people weren't there, I'd still be stuck. I'd still be actually stuck. Right, so stupid Pabby bike moments. So when I first got into biking, is when most of this stuff happened, when I had my little 125. I used to go see my friend in South London, and there was this one time I was on my way home and I thought it was dust. I genuinely thought it was dust. So I did what I did back there with the gravel. I just kept going, like, oh, don't worry about it. Just kept going. And as I got closer, the dust particles seemed to be getting bigger. And I still didn't think anything of it. Turned out, it was a swarm of bees. And I shit you not, I was covered in bees. I looked down, I was like, fuck. You know when you're like that afraid? I mean, the last thing I want to do is piss off bees. I don't want to piss off bees. I don't want to piss anything off, but especially a bee. So I pulled over very slowly. I took off my bike gear very, very slowly. And I just stood there and waited for the bees to leave. I even stayed there a little bit longer, and everyone thought I was nuts. Because like, when like a few mums went past with pushchairs, I was like, don't go that way, bees. They must have thought I was a crazy person. All my clothes, like most of my bike gear was on the floor, so it just looked like I stripped off and I started warning mums about bees. So that was one thing. I was teaching guitar and we had like one of these containers, so we had no windows, and when we opened, after the lesson, when we finished, it had been snowed in. My bike was covered in snow, everything was covered in snow, fucking weather, and so I stayed in like Hoddesdon for like maybe a week, but then it just got to the point where it's like, I'm staying here too long, I've got to go home at some point. So I just said, I'm going home. So I rode my 125 in the snow. I was the only vehicle on the road until until I nearly got home. I had kids throwing snowballs at me, calling me names. Rightly so, I fucking deserve it. But yeah, it wasn't until I got to like my mum's house, this Mercedes is coming towards me, and then it slams on the brakes, and now the Mercedes is coming towards me, but sideways. I'm like trying to reverse with my little feet. So I'm like, no, 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 no. And then he looked at me as if I did something. I mean, I was riding a motorcycle in the snow, but that's beside the point. Like, so that's the B story. Should have gone that way. You could have seen more of the beach. I might actually do that. I will. Things I do for you guys because I love you. So yeah, you got the bee story, you got the snow story, the swan story. The swan story. A lot of them involve animals, really. I was riding home on the A road, busy A road, the A10, if anyone knows it. And like I'm just riding, and I like catch something in like my mirror, my rear view, and it was a fucking swan. I'm not sure if I still got that video somewhere, but basically. For those who don't know, swans, the reason they land on roads is from up high it looks like water because of like the haze, so they genuinely think they're about to land on water, but it's the road. And this swan was literally was like breathing distance, so like I could see it over my shoulder. It tried to land on the road, but I managed to fuck it. I think it sort of heard the black and was like nope, and then it sort of flew off. So that was the swan. And the last one that I can remember, oh no, there's a big stupid one, but it's not to do with riding. The next one is coming down the hill of where I used to live. It was like, so it was an unmade road. Let's see, he's over there, look. It was an unmade road and it was on a hill, so I'm coming down the hill. And then all of a sudden this Great Dane comes running out at me. I do an emergency stop and come off of my bike. The Great Dane gets spooked and runs off, and then the owner looks at me as if it was all of my fault. Literally, like basically his dog ran out of me and looked at me as if it was my fault the dog ran out of me. But the biggest, the most stupid thing I've ever done on a bike, with a bike. So me and my dad used to have the same bike. We used to have that like 125, cheap Chinese import 125, Pioneer Nevada. And my one was acting up, and I had to go to work. And my dad was like, "Don't worry, son, you can borrow mine." So I did. My dad had just spent all summer respraying his bike. Like literally, he stripped it, he resprayed it white, and even done like a snakeskin effect stripe down the middle of it, and even did like a little bit of striping. So I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Dad. Thank you for lending me your motorcycle to get to work." So I thought, what I'll do to thank my dad is fill his tank up with fuel. Now, I don't know if you know this about fuel and paint, but they are not the best of friends. I overfilled the tank and it came out of like the top. And yeah, basically it took the paint off. I was panicking so much. I must have been about 18 or 20 then. But I was panicking so much that I was even trying to put the paint back on the bike. I was like, no, 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 no. And I had to call my dad. I was like, "Dad, I am so fucking sorry." He's like, "What's happened?" I was like, "Well, I just filled your bike up and the paint's taken all this. The paint's come off." I was nearly in tears. I was like, "Dad, I'm so sorry." And then my dad took a deep breath and just went, "It's all right, son. These things happen. Don't worry about it." I am still to this day waiting for my dad to freak out and like have a go at me. He still hasn't had a go at me about it. So yeah, those are the chronicles of Pabby's stupidity with motorcycles. I mean, like not like the normal sort of out of the normal motorbike stupidity, like bolt snapping, that kind of shit, but that just happens all the time anyway. Oh, he looks tired. Right, we should be coming up to dentist number 1. So we're looking for a dentist. Well, actually, we're looking for a telescope shop. Dogs. Destination is on the left. Well, there's the car park over there. So this is the car park. Sometimes there's a market here, sometimes there's not. So parking is hit and miss. Can't turn right that way. Pedestrian zone Monday to Friday. Saturday 8 till 2. The bread sauce, nice little bakery there. So just walk around here. It's just finding the actual one of which one's the dentist. If I come down far enough, I bet you any money that used to be the fucking the telescope place. I bet it's not there anymore. Oh, that sucks. I'll have to look it up. Maybe they just moved. So unfortunately we're only half successful. We didn't get to the second dentist. I'm a little bit cold now, so I just want to go home, get some comfy clothes on, have a cup of tea with some white chocolate Oreos. It's not how you imagine them. I don't know if you guys have had these before, but they're like, it's like a normal Oreo, but it's covered in white chocolate, and in the middle is a normal Oreo. Oh my god, they're so addictive. The ultimate winter cookie. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Get home, get comfy, tea and biscuits, and get this video drawn up. It's been so fun. I still don't believe we got stuck. But drop in the comments, guys, like, what, out of all the stupid bike stories, which one do you think's the most stupid? Including today. So getting stuck in the stones, getting jumped out on by a Great Dane, getting covered in bees, taking the paint off, riding in the snow, or nearly getting landed on by a swan. Drop your comments. I'd be interested to see which ones you think is the most stupid. But what a laugh. Like, honestly, like, I know it's like stupid shit, but you've got to be able to laugh at yourself. Like, I enjoy everything with a motorbike. I really, really do. Like going on rides, working on it, having stupid shit happen. You've got to have a bit of a giggle, right? But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear it. This is my first like official vlog video, I guess. And the plan is, like, we're going to do a bit of, like, you know, we'll do some reviews on any sort of equipment I get, like motorcycle gear or stuff that I use on the bike or for the GoPro. We'll have little rant sections. There will still be dad jokes in this, like just like streaming. You got to get the silly jokes in there, and like we'll just have little sections of like just riding footage with some music. But if you guys have got any suggestions that, you know, the stuff you'd like to see, I'd love to hear it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.